Hi there. Hey, friends. Hey, Jackie.
Hey, good to see you.
You too, as always. So, today we are going to discuss New Year's resolutions.
All right, we got Christmas coming right up on us, and right after that is the new year. God,
This year
goes
flew
fast.
by. It flew by
Yes,
so fast. It seems like we just
absolutely.
celebrated Christmas.
I know. I know.
The older we get, the faster it goes by, unfortunately.
I know. How many times do you think about when you were a kid and you were like, oh, I'm never going to be 16. I'm never going to be, like, yeah. And it just flies by now.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh, I don't want to be 50. Oh, I don't want to be 60.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting closer to 60. I can't. It's so weird. Like, I felt like I would never say that.
Right? But I'm sure
Yeah.
you're reminded, like me, every morning when I get up and hear every crack in my body.
I know. I know. I know. I'm like, I walk weird for a couple minutes every morning.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay,
That's funny.
let's get started. Do you have some stuff for us?
Well, when I think about New Year's resolutions, um, I think a lot of time, there's your traditional, everybody's gonna lose weight, they're gonna quit smoking, they're gonna do really major things. And I think sometimes that's kind of a set yourself up for failure kind of thing. Um, I think they're all well intentioned. Everybody really wants to do these things, and I am certainly not trying to stop anybody from eating healthier, doing things, or you know, if it's smoking, if it's whatever it is, right? I'm not trying to stop that. I think that's great. I admire it. But I think we just have to be careful and cautious about number one, trying to make it too big, um, and then letting yourself down, you know. And another thought I had about resolutions are, um, you know, you can do it on New Year's and you can do it any old time, right? I'm a big fan of any given Tuesday, can change the world any given Tuesday. That can happen. So don't feel bad if you don't follow through. There's always tomorrow. We can never change yesterday. We can only change tomorrow. That's
Amen.
all we got. And so I think that just to not let ourselves off the hook, but give ourselves a little bit of grace. And because I did that a lot of years, I was this big resolution person, every year I was going to do all these things, and then I didn't do them. And then one year I just said, well, that's silly. I'm not even going to act like I'm going to do it again. That's dumb. I'm going to quit saying it because then I look silly. What happened to that?
Right.
But I think that, any day is a good day to make different choices and better choices for yourself. And any day is a good day to not set yourself up to feel worse about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's
True.
my thinking. What is your idea about New Year's
So
resolution?
I actually have never made a New Year's resolution. Never.
Really? Okay.
No, never have. Um, I just because of that reason, with picking a date to change something, for the better. For me, it's always been, tomorrow I just plan on being better than who I was yesterday. That's that's it. I've never did a weight loss for New Year's resolution or quitting smoking or because if you really want to quit smoking, you'll just quit smoking. You know what I mean? We
Right.
don't
Right.
need a special date. Now, I'm not knocking anybody who does have a New Year's resolution. That's great. And that works for you. But for me, I just have never done it. Never.
No, I think you're absolutely right. That's why I say, why wait? Right. I don't
Right.
need to, I don't need to do that January 1,
Yeah.
you who's to say what, what day it happens. Like I said, I'm a big any given Tuesday. And I also am a big, like you said, tomorrow. How about tomorrow? Um, and why not Wednesday?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. That's for me too. I think if I would have set up a goal for New Year's, I probably would have failed it. And I'm sure if there's a percentage, it's like 95% of people stick to it for a week or two and then go back
Right.
to the way they were before that. So,
No, that's just it. And like I've said in previous shows we've done, I think that there's no day other than like today. You can
amen.
start. I always say I try so hard to not beat myself up over regrets
Right.
because it's not going
Yes.
to do you any good. And it's a hard one. There are some things that are really hard to get over. But I know I can't change it. I cannot change yesterday. I can't change this morning. I got today and tomorrow. That's it.
You know,
So
if I were to set a New Year's resolution that I would actually stick to, I think I would set it for like buying 50 new pair of shoes this year. And I would stick to it totally.
see, there you go. Yeah, come up with one that you're going to do.
Maybe that's going to be mine this year. My husband may not like it, our bank might not like it, but I will love it.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. I'm so I need a pair of shoes for a certain thing, or I used to really be big about I want cute shoes. Um, but now I'm really gotten to where, I just need a pair of shoes. I'm not a big shoe person. I know you are, and
Purses and
that's really
shoes are
fun.
my thing. Purses and shoes. Now, it's funny though, because since moving out here, I literally live in flip flops and slides year
Mhm.
round, and I have hundreds of pairs of shoes that I don't even wear anymore. And a lot of it is comfort. You're right. I think when you get to a certain age, it's more about the
Yes.
comfort.
Yep. I think so. Yeah. I know. I
It's
used
so
to be,
funny.
it was kind of a joke because I would tell my daughter, I'm like, oh my God, I had to have these shoes. She's like, because they look super cute, right? And I was like, they do. They look good on me. They do. Um, they just do. But now I don't even do that anymore. So,
Yeah.
but but yeah, for resolutions, I think that you know, more than even like trying to decide on a resolution, maybe I think what might have been a good thing to come out of that is maybe just the talk about and making you think about something, right?
Hmm.
Like whether you actually decide, that day I'm doing this and you go and buy all this stuff or whatever. But um talking about it, just saying, what would be a good thing for me to do? What is a good what would be beneficial for myself, for my family, for society that I could start doing?
Yeah.
And not seeming it or but a headspace, period.
Yeah.
And talking about things out loud, I'm a big fan of that. I am. Um, when I don't talk about it out loud, my thing, I don't, if there's something I'm not ready to deal with, I can't say it out loud. once I say it out loud, I have to deal with it. So that's always been my thing. That and it's such a release too, like to get it off your chest or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because once you say it out loud and you talk to someone about it, it's like, wow, why was that causing me to stay up all
Right.
night or some
Right.
nonsense? It's not that big of a deal. I mean, even, and not to minimize anything, you know, if you're feeling upset, then it's big. It's big to you. It's big. But so many times it's just not, you know, again, talking about it makes you feel better. And just saying it. And so to me, I think that I've kind of come to the decision that just talking and thinking about a resolution comes more around to something more realistic that might happen.
Yeah.
And it might just simply a different frame of mind, period.
That's a good one. That's good.
I mean, I like your idea about the shoes. For you, I like that. For me,
I don't
not
know
so
if my
much.
husband will though, so I might have to come up with a new one.
Yeah, that might happen. I don't know. We'll see. Where's your favorite place to shop for shoes?
Oh gosh. That's a hard one. Everywhere. You know what? I really don't have a specific because I just find them everywhere. Anywhere
Right,
we
right.
go, anywhere we go, you'll find me in the shoe section.
That's funny.
Purses. I I buy good purses only because they last. I'm really hard on my purses. So I do buy, name brand purses that last. So that I can't find a purse just anywhere, but I'm also a really good sales shopper. Really good sales
Right,
shopper.
right, right. I don't pay full price for anything ever,
Yeah,
ever, ever.
yeah, I rarely do. I let my husband because he's not a sales shopper. He'll pay. He thinks the more you pay for it, the better it is. That is
Yeah,
not always the case.
right. No, I like good brands, but I like them at a good deal.
Yes,
And
yes.
I will, most of my bags, my husband has bought me, and he is so good at it. Like it's wild. And he does even consider himself he calls himself a bag snob.
Because he is.
He is.
But
He
he's
doesn't carry
good.
a
He has bought you some nice bags.
oh my god, he's bought me some amazing bags.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I mean for him, it's not like he carries a purse, but he does take, he travels a lot. He has his laptop, whatever that bag is, and his carry-on, and he is not about to have a cheap one. That's not going to happen. He's not going to carry a knockoff, like by any means. He can spot a knockoff anywhere. Like,
So can
and
I. So can I.
oh, that's funny.
It's funny about the bag thing though with traveling because my husband bought us new suitcases last year. And when I saw the price tag on them, I about shit. I couldn't believe he paid so much because he wanted good. But if you ever watch how they load our bags in, they just throw them around. I want a cheap bag.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But then again, um, I'll say this, Mr. Snotty's bag, honestly, that thing wheels around like it's nice. It's very nice.
Yeah.
I've had some crap bags most of my life. And you're right though, it does kind of seem like, because you're like, I don't put my bags on the floor. I don't put them on the ground. I'm kind of particular about how I treat my bags. So yeah, you have this really expensive bag that's all
Yeah.
dirty and gross and
And
you know,
scratches every time we travel. I'm like, and you know what he paid for it, so you're like, oh my gosh, there's another scratch on my suitcase.
Yeah, you want to know something else? I always, I think, just had like a black bag, right? A carry on. Like, Mr. Snotty's pretty smart about that. He won't carry a standard look. His has to stand out so he can spot it easily coming around the conveyor belt.
Oh yeah, that's smart. That's
Mhm.
smart. I put bright colored ribbon and tie it to the handle so that
Mm,
when they're coming out, we can see them in case ours are too. They're teal and mine is like a purpley pink color. His is teal. So the color, we do have colored ones, but I also put a bright ribbon just in case you never know if someone has the same one. So
right. Yeah, he's, I liked that. I traveled more than most people in my family, but not like him, not constant.
right.
I didn't
Yeah.
travel for work like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's pretty well down with the travel. I just hang out and he handles everything. He takes care of it because he's got it down. So
My husband's
anyway, yeah, that's
we live a very similar life, Jackie.
I know, isn't that
Our
crazy?
husbands
I
are a lot
never
alike.
I never even he has my well, I have two IDs. He just keeps one on him, one of mine. And I just am like I just stand there
That's even when we go
because
through TSA, he's got both
yep,
of our stuff on his phone. We go up there, he takes care of it. We go through. Yeah, same thing.
I know. It's funny. One time I went on a girls trip and I was like, "Oh man, I didn't do this. I didn't do that." And everyone's like, "What's wrong with you? This isn't the first time you've gone anywhere." And I'm like, "He just does it."
Yeah.
And that's his own psychosis. It's not like I'm like, "Please take care of me." He travels a certain way and that's go for it.
Kind of
But
like how you are with laundry. That's how he is with traveling. So it evens out.
right. Just go ahead and have it. So and yeah, as a resolution, I would think, another one probably is a lot of people have is to travel more to see that. I would think that's kind of been a big one for people. It's never been for me.
No, me neither.
I like to be home a lot. I do. I enjoy traveling and I'm glad when I do, but um, I'm never like, oh, I want to go here. I want to go there. I'm not one of those people. I'm
Yeah.
not dying to go to, something I've said, I mean, I have been out of the country a few times, but I wasn't necessarily trying to, you know, and I'm glad that I did see some things. But
Mhm.
honestly, I don't have this big desire to go to Greece or, I just don't. And I think to myself, there's so many places in America I've never seen. And let's be honest, how many places in Arizona I've never seen.
I was just going to say, you know how many places there are in Arizona that are so breathtaking? I mean, we could
Right.
literally stay in our state. Yeah.
Right. Right. So why? I mean, I think I'm not even gonna lie. I've never been to Grand Canyon. That needs to be my resolution because we
Yeah.
actually get soup. Our cabin is super close to it, and I'm born and raised Arizona native. I've never been to Grand Canyon. Um, that needs to actually happen. That probably
Yeah, I
needs to
think
happen.
you should. I will say, and maybe it's just my personal preference, but Sedona is definitely way more beautiful than the Grand Canyon. In Grand Canyon, there's not a lot to do. So we didn't spend much time there. You know what I mean? You can only look at the same stuff for so long. But
Oh,
Sedona, I could spend weeks in Sedona. But
that's
yeah,
very true.
that
I
should
love
be
Sedona.
the Grand Canyon was always on my bucket list, even before I moved to Arizona. And I finally got to go. And yeah, I think everybody should at least go once.
Yeah, I can't believe I never have. Like, when
Yeah.
I lived in other countries, they were like, oh, asking me about Grand Canyon. I'm like, I don't know. I've never been there. And it seems silly because I've said it my whole life. Um, I have to go. And then here I am, and I just don't go. Because I guess everybody says it's not all that.
Yeah, I really did. I'm happy I went, and we probably never would have went if my mother-in-law and her brother came into town and they were going, him and his wife,
Right.
and they
Right.
invited us. So we did. We went with them. We spent maybe an hour there and then drove from there to Sedona. And yeah, I mean, it's worth seeing once, but I didn't think it was either. I really didn't. I thought maybe I was alone on that. But yeah, it's beautiful, but Sedona is just breathtaking.
Sedona is beautiful. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so yeah, that is something I could actually see being a resolution to go to
Yes.
spend more time in places like that, because there is something actually very special, I think, about Sedona even. And that's not just me, that's from a lot of people. Even books I've read and things I've listened to, like a
It
lot
really
of people have found a lot of it's a peaceful place. I don't
it
know the
is.
right
It's a
word.
very spiritual place.
Spiritual. There you go. Yep.
You really do. They actually have a peace park there. And I think if anybody ever visits Sedona, make sure you go to the peace park because it really is worth going to at least once. I mean, we've been there twice now, but we love it. My husband actually talked about buying a place in Sedona and just renting it out when we're not there as an Airbnb because it's not that
Yeah.
far of a drive. It takes us an hour and 45 minutes, I think.
Right.
And it's just so beautiful. I would actually make a resolution like that to go and visit more places in Arizona because I know I could stick to that one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And that is something that I really would like to do. Um, and you're right. I have this really amazing story about Sedona that so there is every August. I don't know the right term for it. I wasn't thinking about this, but there is a God, what do you call it whenever they're not an eclipse or but something that goes on in the space. I don't know what you call that. Like they call it like a light show. This thing that happens every August.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever heard of this?
Yes, it is called the something lights because what? Yes, I do.
I actually had never even heard of it before. And my stepdaughter and I went to Sedona. We just drove up um, for dinner one night. We just decided to do that. And we ate dinner outside on a patio kind of thing.
Yeah.
And this, all of a sudden, we were like, what is happening? And the more and more we watched, we were like, oh my word. It was gorgeous. It was and I think obviously with any of that kind of stuff, it's way different. It depends on where you're at, and Sedona, that the sky was just very clear and, it's not a city, right? You don't have all
Yeah.
that. So
y-
it
And
was, we have talked about it so many times. Like, can you believe we didn't even know that was going to happen? And like, what a treat it was.
yeah,
And
that's beautiful.
everything about it was so cool. I often say, I am so happy we did that. But I don't think it would be as pretty. I don't know that you would even notice it, but Sedona was just perfect for that.
And Sedona is the only place that has a teal McDonald's in the world.
Really?
The McDonald's arch and everything is teal. They
I
would,
didn't even notice that.
yes, they would only agree to it of putting a McDonald's there if they could make it flow with the rest of the scenery there. And so they agreed to it. So their McDonald's is teal arches, not yellow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And I will
Yeah.
have to, yeah, they're kind of specific about things there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah, a
beautiful
real
there.
nichey little town. Yeah, it is. What do you call that? It's like celestial. What do you call that? I know I don't have the right word.
Hmm. Oh, no, that's not it. I'm not sure, Jackie. Because I don't know.
Okay, yeah. I won't hold us up with that. But and I will look it up and I'm gonna put it
Yeah.
like in a community post or something because it does happen every year and it's just something really uh really awesome. So I would love for everybody to see it. Anyway, and I
And you
would
can
love
only
for
see it in
everybody.
Sedona?
No, not just there.
Okay. Okay. Because
But
I
that's what I
think,
was saying. I think different places you can see, like when you're up at our cabin, like you can see the sky so clear, right?
I know what you're talking about, but I just can't think of what it's called.
I know, me either. That's
Because
crazy.
because people make such a big deal of it here and like get
Hmm.
out of their cars to look if I'm thinking
Yeah.
of the right thing, but I just can't think of what it's called.
Yeah, I definitely, I would need people to check that out. And that is an amazing place for it. And that would be like a resolution, right?
Yeah.
Like I would like to go there again for that.
I really want us to go there. I actually have been looking into
Yes.
some things there because they do have golf. They have a lot of golf courses there, and I think it would be fun for us to go to Sedona. We could shop while the guys are golfing, or we could go hike to some of the places that, and maybe we can even do a video on some of those places and give people so they can see what it is, and then when they plan their next family vacation, maybe that I think everybody should go to Sedona at least once in their life. I think it's definitely worth it.
It is a spiritual place. And there again, so that would be something that we could really think about
Yeah.
is maybe a resolution would be for us to see some of the places in Arizona this year and share them with our audience because yes.
Yes. Yes. I would love to do that. So, okay. Well, I've never done a resolution before, but maybe this year I
Okay.
will.
Hey, and you know what? How about maybe just, you could buy shoes whenever we're you can buy shoes in Sedona. You can
Now for sure this is my resolution. No. I love that. I love that.
Oh, I really like that idea. See, this is a thing, that wasn't my plan
Right.
to even talk about that. But when you talk about stuff, it brings other things up and
And I
other
love that.
ideas. I do too. I think that would be a really good channel
No,
resolution.
I do too. I really do. I think people would enjoy it.
Yep. I think
Okay.
so. I'm excited now. Now I'm excited to get on it.
Me too. So I'm not going to my resolution's not going to be to lose weight. I'm not giving up, anything that I enjoy eating, but I can definitely make a resolution to travel with people I care about. That's a good one for sure.
That is a good one. And it does seem that yeah, I won't get into that. I was going to say, with Christmas coming up very soon, it's kind of hard to think about New Year's,
Right.
but yet, you know how we are. We're like, okay, we've been doing Christmas since Halloween, whatever.
Right. Right.
So now what are we going to do after Christmas?
I know. Do you have anything else to add for the New Year's resolutions?
For me, I think just every day, what I really want to do is be a better person.
Mhm.
I want to have stronger faith, be more in my faith. That's something I feel very strong about. And I do that. I pray more. Lately, I think I definitely have, even more so, even since Charlie Kirk died, honestly, I really have. I felt a very strong, I felt the Holy Spirit very strong, during his service. And that's kind of made me really think more about that kind of stuff a lot.
Mhm.
And to me, with that, for my personal self, um, that covers everything, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So,
Well, I will definitely stick to mine with traveling and buying new shoes and like you said, I really strive to be a better person every day of the year. I don't need a specific date for that. So,
right.
well,
Absolutely.
we will see you on the next one.
Yes, and we hope that whatever you come up with for your resolution or for not having a resolution, that it is for sure an amazing 2026.
Yes.
That's
And
weird
have
to
a
say.
safe holiday.
Yes, safe holiday. Christmas is coming up. It's going to be amazing, I hope, for everybody. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.